What's up, everyone? It is 1st May 2026. I'm sitting in Harvard Yard with my laptop where I have a few notes, and it's a beautiful sunny day. I have just finished my last class at Harvard, and officially I have finished my master's degree. And I have 10 things that I want to share of what I think are the 10 important things. I did learn a lot of different things, but these 10 are the first things that came to my mind while I was just sitting and enjoying the sun after my last class. The first one is human relationships are most important on the planet. Like, no amount of degree or academic success, nothing comes as close as human relationships and trust. All of your academics, your professional development, everything can be much more improved when it comes if you have good human relationship skills. These are things that I've learned over the years, over the last 1 year at Harvard, from people, from parents, it's not parents, from students, from professors, people that I've interacted with. I don't think all of these things are learned in the classroom. These are also things that I've learned outside of classroom. Number two is working hard and smart together is way more important than you think. The amount of people that I've seen at Harvard that work very hard versus very smart, like, it's crazy. Like, I mean, you need to have both. Like, you can't be only just smart working and be successful. Like, if you really want to achieve your goals, you need to do both at the same time. Doing hard work is not only hours, like how many hours you're working, that's not only hard work, there's way more to it. And doing smart work is not working less hours and getting more work done. I think there's way more logic to that. Number three is being successful is extremely hard, even for someone who graduates from Harvard. The social media makes this image of success as making $1 million is so easy in today's world, and everyone should have cash flowing around and yachts in Dubai or something. But my friend, if that is success to you, I let me tell you, it is extremely hard to make $1 million in net worth, or even per year. Per year is even harder, but it's way harder than what you would learn from social media. Number four is specializing in only one skill is not enough. If you want to be a decently successful person, I'm not even saying you need to be like a billionaire. A billionaire needs to be an absolute maniac. But even if you want to just be decently successful, you cannot be only good at one or two things. Like, you can't only be good at math, or you can't only be good at hiring people or HR or something. You need to be very, very multifaceted when it comes to emotional intelligence, professionalism, presentation skills, mathematics, let's say, your English proficiency skills, your relationship building skills, your gaining trust skills, your dressing skills. There is way too many things that are part of the package when you want to be truly successful. The next one is attention to detail matters way more than people think. Attention to detail, starting from if it's a company that you're building, or if you're applying for a job, or if you're doing your homework assignments, whatever it is, attention to detail is something that we kind of don't focus on enough. But I have learned it the hard way that I need to really focus, because people will see your work, however good that work is. If they find one thing wrong, they will not look at you the same way, because they found a mistake in your work. So it's very important to not give anyone any chance, as much as you can, to not find any mistakes in your work, because they're not going to remember the good work. They're only going to remember the mistake that you made. The next thing is that for entrepreneurs, it's very important to have a mission and not profit. I think many times we focus really on what is going to make profit, but we have a mission. Like, most companies have missions, but those missions are just almost as a about us page on the website, and you don't really mean that mission in the way that you run the business, in the way that you charge people, in the way that you build your services. If you don't mean those mission, if you don't mean by the acts, because actions speak louder than words. So it's very important to actually have that mission, and that way things get easier. People understand your mission better. Even perhaps employees want to really work for you because it's not just about salary anymore. Your team members really care about the mission, and that's also what motivates them. uh, the next one is being at an Ivy League university does not guarantee success in no way possible. You are not guaranteed a job if you go to Ivy League. You're also, if you run a business, you're not guaranteed extremely high sales or something if you go to an Ivy League. Going to university in the US, whether it be Ivy League or any other university, it's almost that people look at you and people trust you. Okay, they lend you their ears. They want to now listen to you, but what you're gonna tell them also needs to have a lot of value. I meet so many people from different Ivy League universities that are trying to pitch something, but the service or product that they're pitching doesn't have enough value. So it doesn't matter if you're from Ivy League or Oxbridge. Really doesn't matter if what you're actually pitching doesn't have value. Yes, people will listen to you, but you need to make sure that you're building something of value. Okay, the next one is, I don't know what number is this, number 8, I think. Number 8 is that one of the very, very hard things, and even I'm guilty of this, one of the very hard things to do to be very successful is to have a vision which even you think cannot be achieved in your lifetime. Imagine 200 years ago, someone said that we should fly in the sky. Like literally, like they're like, oh, look, there's this blue sky and there's the sun, and I think we should be flying on top. Like 200 years ago, probably no one even thought, like, how, what? Like, we barely just had cars. Like, how would we fly? And the whole aviation industry came up. Wright brothers made the plane, and now it's an entire industry, and we don't even think about it twice before actually getting on a plane, because it's one of the most safest modes of transportation. Elon Musk, for example, he wanted to land a rocket and reuse the rocket. Crazy vision. He wanted electric cars. Now he wants to live on the moon and build this thing. Now, look, it sounds all sci-fi, but we don't need to be at that level. You don't need a sci-fi vision, but you need a vision which is much outside of your comfort zone on whatever you're working on, so that it will give you a very strong push. If you can't have built that mission yourself, I can totally understand. Even I can't. I talk to Claude and ChatGPT all the time to help me expand my vision as much as possible. Okay. Number 9, I think, is... Okay, number 9 is about leadership. I think that leaders truly try to change customer behavior. They're not trying to follow the rules. There are followers who follow rules for different reasons, of course. It's not that either way is not good or bad. I truly believe that there is no right or wrong. In fact, being a leader, perhaps being an entrepreneur, extremely hard, man. There is so much responsibility, and at the end, what for? It's very small percentage of people make way more money with all of those things, if money is your goal at the end of the day. But leaders focus on changing behavior. So the things that they're building, the mission that they're on, they're actually trying to change behavior. Last thing is the importance of ages 18 to 25. The ages of 18 to 25, I would even say 16 to 25, are so pivotal in your entire life, because this is the first time in your life between the ages of 16 to 25 that you're now adult enough that you can make your own decisions. You're adult enough to understand the world, to understand good things, bad things, good people, bad people, good habits, bad habits, good projects, bad projects, good companies, bad companies, good colleagues, bad colleagues. Like, you're old enough, you're just old enough. But these ages is so important, because whoever you surround yourself with, if you are, I mean, look, it's about exposure. That's the word that I was looking for. Between these ages of 16 to 25, you need to maximize your exposure to different countries, different types of people, different industries, perhaps, if you want to work in different industries. This age is for you to completely absorb what is happening in the world. You know, it's not your, I mean, yes, you can also be a little bit successful and stuff if you want, but don't make too much pressure. I take a lot of pressure, but I also know how to kind of relax once in a while. But I strongly think that you need to travel the world as much as you can. You need to kind of see what community you're a part of. If you're part of a religious group, you also need to explore other religions just to understand where you stand. You need to be understanding the different educational system that you grew up in. If you grew up in India, in CBSE, that's a very, very niche educational system that you grew up in. You need to understand the differences between different exposures that people have had in the world, and be genuinely curious to become a global citizen by understanding the different socioeconomic status, religion, community, all these things that other people are living like. You know, your question that you need to answer during these years is how were other people growing up? What were other people learning at this age? And that way you can have like a more world view. Your world perspective will be much higher. And the good thing is that many of these things you can actually now do on the internet. You can be watching documentaries, you can be watching videos to see how different countries look like. You know, you can sit today and watch a video about what Rwanda looks like, or what India looks like, or what America looks like. Everything is there. It's all about intention now. You need to really have the intention to actually search up these things and learn these things. So those were, I think I did not count it properly, but I think those were 10 things that I learned at Harvard, and I hope that some of it was useful. It's a very nostalgic moment. About 10 years ago was the first time I thought that I wanted to come to Harvard, but I got rejected for my undergrad, and now I came here for my master's. So this is my last day, and I'm gonna show you a little bit of Harvard Yard one last time before I end the video, and that's it. Follow me on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching.